What is going on, you guys? And welcome back to another video. Thank God I'm finally home. Because let me tell you, I have had a disastrous holiday. Not like a major disaster overall, but I just thought this holiday was a disaster. At first, I was going to come back home on Saturday, but we left earlier than that. And the reason for that was because my dad had shit nights. Well, he had 2 shit nights. And he decided he had had enough. So I'll explain to you guys what has been happening while I was away. And how did this all start? And why this holiday was a disaster. So first off, I'm going to read this to you guys, what I've written on my phone. Like what I did last time, when I was back, and the holiday was ruined at the end. But this time, it's not as much. So just bear with me on this one. So on day 1, was the start of our holiday, and we started our journey to my sister's house. And that was all well. And then on day 2, my sister randomly woke me up, again, for no apparent reason, and worst of all, making her dog Teddy jump on me. And I pretty much knew that was going to happen, that I was randomly going to be waked up by my sister and having a dog, Teddy, to jump on me. And I couldn't even get any good sleep after that. So this was about 8 o'clock in the morning that this happened, and like I said, my sister knows that I am not a morning person. So I think I would say my sister impatiently woke me up. Because what was the point of waking me up? What was the reason for that? There was literally no reason for me to be woken up. And my parents think it's okay for me to be woken up by my sister. They think it's okay for my sister to just wake me up randomly. But they're not okay with me waking my sister up randomly, and I never have before. Then, on the same day that happened, my dad, all of a sudden, broke my Nintendo Switch. Again, for the second time, he had broken my Nintendo Switch since 3 years ago. All because I was having fun with my role playing and my dad thinking it was real. So this was after we arrived at our caravan and after we had unpacked. So while I was watching Police Interceptors, if you guys don't remember what I did years ago, I did roleplay of the police arresting my soldiers. So I was doing my roleplay, saying oh my god, do this and do that. I can't say all that stuff because it is quite controversial. And that is the reason why I stopped making those videos, for that reason. It was just getting too far. Yeah, so I was literally having fun with my roleplay. And then, all of a sudden, my dad just got pissy at me. Saying, if this was going to happen, well, I'm not going to say what it is. If this was going to happen, then Missy, Robbie, and Poppy, my 3 dogs, will go. Because I can't be trusted with dogs. And he thought, all this shit that I do is real. Marcus Hunt, stuff like that, are not even real. This is roleplay, for God's sake. So yeah, after he said that, then I just got annoyed, threw my can on the floor, and then got my Nintendo Switch and just went into my room to play on it. So my dad thinks that I'm going to harm a dog, when in reality, it would never happen. He doesn't realise that he has his head so far up his own arse that he thinks it's real when it's actually not. So yeah, after I went into my room, then my dad came into the room and argued with me. And yeah, and then once he had had enough arguing, he snatched the Nintendo Switch off me, then went into the living room, grabbed his torch, put it on the sofa, and just smashed it. Literally put a big crack on my Nintendo Switch. So that's another one broken. Because last time he destroyed my Nintendo Switch was 3 years ago. So this was when he did this stupid driving, whatever it was, and decided to just pull off the junction, park near the river, get my Nintendo Switch and my Xbox One, and throw them both in the river. And this year, he just breaks another one. And that was the one my mum bought me in Easter that year. Like, that was, 3 years ago in Easter. That's when my mum bought me it. And now I'm unable to get another Nintendo Switch. So if you guys have not seen on my community tab that my dad broke my Nintendo Switch with his torch, like his own torch, I'll show you. So I did take it home, but I didn't want to leave it behind. So, have a look at this. See that? I can't play it. I mean, I would try putting it on the thing, where you can play it on the TV or monitor, but it just wouldn't feel the same. So yeah, this is what he did. Used the torch and bashed my Nintendo Switch. So yeah, like I said, I can't afford to get a new one. I'm unable to get a new one. And I don't really know what to do. And I was thinking about getting a Nintendo Switch too, but the problem with that is they're all sold out very quickly. And there was some criticism with the Nintendo Switch 2, and people were saying it's not really worth the wait. So yeah, with the first Nintendo Switch 2, I can't afford to get a new one because I am quite broke and I need to save up for my tattoo that I'm getting at the end of August. Because yes, I am getting a tattoo. I will show you guys that when I get my tattoo. So yeah, after he broke my Nintendo Switch, then he decided to get out the caravan with my mum. So basically they went out for a drive and left me and the dogs inside the caravan. And instead of my dad getting me another Nintendo Switch, he's going to pay my mum how much she had spent on another Nintendo Switch that she got me on Easter. So basically the Nintendo Switch cost £260. So like I said, once again, I can't afford a new Nintendo Switch. I'm unable to get another one. Same with the Nintendo Switch 2. So now, I'm just going to have to wait. And I don't know when I'm going to get a Nintendo Switch 2. Because I'm not going to lie, I think the graphics are actually great on there. Because Zackboy13 actually got a Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. And I can't remember if he said any cons about it. Like saying if it's not really worth the wait or whatever. And from what I can remember, well, my criticism against the Nintendo Switch 2 is the games have gone dry. So there's not many new games out on the Nintendo Switch 2, if I'm right or wrong. And yeah, since my Nintendo Switch is broken for the second time, I can't play Outrun, Mega Man Power and Fighters, whatever that game's called, that's in Japanese language, but can be, like, English dubbed. Well, I wouldn't say English dubbed. Yeah, so I can't play Outrun, I can't play Mega Man Power and Fighters, I can't play Sonic Origins, and I can't play Fortnite on there. But as for Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch, I don't really play on it as much, but I only use it to check the item shop. So yeah, once again, I just don't know what to do, because I'm not going to be able to get another Nintendo Switch for a very long while, even the Nintendo Switch 2. So next time when I get a Nintendo Switch, it's going to be the second one. And after my parents left, I was really upset about it. I was really upset that my Nintendo Switch was broken, because I couldn't even use it. Although I did bring my Xbox down, my Series S, but I didn't get the time to use it. So, the reason why my dad had shit night, like had shit 2 nights, like he couldn't sleep well, was because we stayed in a caravan, and it had one of those things in the back of it, like behind the caravan, and it sounded like a jet engine. Like, not like a military jet engine, but like a jumbo jet, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It just sounded like that. So even my dad and my mum, like, decided, they just, well, it's actually my dad. Although they did kind of argue while we were away, and even after destroying the Nintendo Switch as well. Because my mum didn't really want to leave until Saturday. And my dad was just having none of it. Although, I didn't really mind leaving early. Because, I'm not going to lie, my dad has been booking holidays to Cornwall repetitively. I don't know if that's a word, but still. Because he really does need to slow down on his bookings. And not just be like, this month, I'm going to go down on holiday. Next month after that, I'm going down on holiday. And next month, holiday. Like, I just don't want that to happen again. Because it's really getting too much. And it feels like my dad is just getting so impatient over it. And the only reason why that is because my mum has her father living in Cornwall. Because, of course, he is Cornish. Even though my mum used to be Cornish, well, she is, but she doesn't have much of a West Country accent. She doesn't have a full West Country accent. So she just mostly has, like, a normal British accent, if you know what I mean. And the good thing is that her brothers still live in Cornwall. Because it's only just her in the family that don't live in Cornwall. So, yeah, guys, I really don't know what to say now. But I thought this holiday was quite a disaster. And once again, it's not a major disaster, but I say it was a disaster. Coming back from my holiday was well, and this time, this morning, my sister didn't even wake me up, like on day 2. Thank goodness she didn't even wake me up. So, that's going to be it for today then, folks. So there's nothing else I can say, but I probably have forgotten what to mention, or, you know. So yeah, that's it. So since I've showed you my Nintendo Switch that is broken, I'm going to have to throw it away, because it's not going to be used anymore, since it's cracked, and I can't get it fixed as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you won't miss another video. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Have a great day and night to you all. Peace out.